Okay, let's look into validation. So if you go to the utilities documentation, CRUD utilities documentation, you will see that we downloaded the CRUD and the CRUD type ORM packages, and we already did that for type ORM itself. And we also installed the class transformer and the class validator, which are the class validator are used to validation. So if you go to request body validation, you will see that there is all of these options. But I mean, here they just show you a showcase. But if you want to see the whole list, you can go to the class validator package, and you will see that there is a lot of them. So class validator, um, yeah, just class validator. I think we'll see it the first. Yes, in GitHub. So there is a lot of options which you can stack them on top of each property. They are just decorators. You can stack them on top of each property and they will be executed. So they have a lot of examples, which is nice. But if you go to, I think, samples, no. So if you will just scroll up. I mean, as you can see, there is a lot. So yeah, okay, validation decorators. So is defined, which is checks if a value is defined. This is the only decorator that ignores skip missing properties options. I think we will use this as defined for almost any properties that we want the user to always send, and we need to specify something called group. Nest.js provides a built-in groups for us. It's the update and create. So it will be is defined when you want to create it, and it's not defined when you want to update it. For example, if you want to update a post, you don't need the body in update. You might just update the title, so we can handle these kind of things. And is optional. I think this will be good for the ID. So the ID is optional. You don't need to send it. Or maybe you don't want the user to send something, which I will show you how we can handle it with is empty. So we always want it to be empty. For example, in our code, if you go to the post entity, I don't want the user to send the comments number. I think a knowledgeable user can send an HTTP request from your website in the console itself, and the user can get, for example, can figure out your endpoints and where he can send the request. So I don't want the user to send this kind of information, the request. I don't want to store it. So a quick way to handle it is putting this decorator. I will show you. So let's just start. So on the top, I will import a couple of things because I'm not sure if VS Code will help me import them. Sometimes it doesn't. Maybe based on my configuration. So import from class validator. So first thing is optional and is defined. Yes, and is string is number and is empty. They have also is email, which is nice. Okay, so if you scroll down to the entities property, I think we will add is optional to the ID. So add is optional, and it will accept an object. So always true. So it's always an optional. For example, just a showcase. So to the title, it's always I will put is defined, but I need it to be defined only on creation. When you want to update the post, you don't need to update the title. You are free to update it or not. So To do that, we need to import a couple of things. Import from at nest.js sx. I don't know what the sx stands for, but you need to import the CRUD and the CRUD validation. Maybe I'm in the wrong place. It's the where is it? Yeah, CRUD validation groups, and it contains a couple of things. So it's an object. I will construct from it two values. The first one is the create. Second one is the update. Okay, so let's go here, and I want it to be defined only on create. So how to do that? It's the groups property. So the groups is create, and I will get this is optional. I will get it from here and change from always to true to groups on update. So this means it's defined. It should always be defined on creation, and it's optional on update. And the last one is string. So it's always a string. So by the way, these validations are really powerful, and there is some like conditional validation. I might do some couple of interesting things, or I will try to create a custom validation, a custom decorator that validates. I think I will make this title unique. I'm not sure why I didn't make it unique. I will make it unique, so I will try to make a decorator. If it doesn't works with me, I will just don't do it. A decorator that checks if it's a unique to return a valid message, since by default when the server when nestjs reaches an error or something throws an error, it will just return internal server error with 500 status, and we don't want that. We want to return a valid error message on creation. I saw some front-end developers that will ask to build a route that validates some unique stuff. We don't need to do that. So after the user hover out or go out the input where they put the title, they would send a request and check if it's a unique. Well, it's fine. It's fine, I guess. But yeah, we can. I will show. Maybe I will try to do it. But anyway, so let's continue. I think that the body will be the same stuff. So it's defined only on creation. It's optional on update, and it's always a string. I'm not sure if you can put a decorator that just put these here. So we copy paste here. I'm not sure. Let me just move this new line. And I think the only one we need to now put is the here for the comments number. So the first one is empty. So I always want it to be empty. Don't want the user to send this. So always true. And the message will be, for example, hey, I know. In space, of course. I believe you need to add this is empty and always true for these for the foreign keys column that you expose like this. So this the user ID here is the same column here for the many-to-one relation. If you expose it like this, you need to put it, I believe. And by the way, if you want to remove something from the response, you can put at exclude. God, I saw it in the documentation. Never mind. We will come to it eventually. But yeah, this is how you prevent the user from sending this kind of stuff. Which eventually you need to put here, since we will get the user ID from the JSON web token. So let's expose. I already ran the server, so I'll go to desktop and I will run an ngrok in port 3030 and open Postwoman PWA. Okay. So let's try to create a new post. I'll change maybe. It's a post request. Did I copy that link? I copied it, but I didn't place it here. So anyway, so post request. This is body, title, and we need, for now, a user ID. So this is maybe 24. I don't know. So let's send it. Everything should works fine. It doesn't. What? Preview HTML. Failed to complete tunnel connection. Did I? Weird. I will try it again. I'll copy the link. Did I put something in the controller? Did I prevent one of the? No, I think it's okay. Weird. Send it again. The connection failed successfully. Maybe it's not 3030, or maybe I didn't expose. Maybe I didn't run the server. npm dev, and no, sorry, I didn't run the server. npm run start dev. Okay, just wait. So maybe we can look into here. So the conditional validation. So I think it's very nice. So validate if some property equal to value. So if this is true, it will run these decorators for the value. I'm not sure. Maybe until the server starts. I'm showing you some things. Okay, it started. Let's go back. So did it work? Do I need to run ngrok at that time? Let's check. Yeah. Okay. No, I don't. So here it created the post for us, and let's try our validations. So first thing, let's send the comment number with the request. It should give us an error with the message, "Hey, I know." So if you go to parameters, no, sorry, in the body, in the top. Okay, so comments number, I want to be like this. So if I send it, I can click. I should get status 400 bad request. The message is an array. This is the target. This is the data you sent. This is the value that causes the error. The property, the comment number, the children, and the constraint. The error messages you can say is this. Hey, I know what you are trying to do. So that's what. So okay, you can't send the comment number. Let's say, for example, I don't want. No one sends the title. So node validation as well, a bad request. So title should not be null or undefined. Title must be a string, and as well you can define your own custom messages, as we did in the comments number. So message, each one of the decorators accepts a message. So you can put here a comma, message like this, and put any string you want. So you can at least put more friendly messages. So and that the front end user can, the front end programmer can just put it in the UI. They don't need to, if it's contains something like this, put this, and yeah, just put it in the UI as it is. Title should be not undefined. Title must be string. So this is fine. This is nice, but let's look at it at put request. So let me create another post, and I will get the ID. So this is ID 440. So post /440 and go to put request. I want to change the body to hello nest.js, too late, and maybe like this. So I only want to change the body. It's fine. So this is the old title, and this is the new body, and you can also change everything, the title and the body. I'll call it new with double N, double S here, and it also works fine. So yeah, I think that's as simple as it is. It's very powerful. I highly recommend that you read these. I can't go for each one of them. It just would be a waste of time. But they are really powerful. Most of your cases would be just as they provide it. You can validate maps, sets, arrays. I think unique values inside arrays. I just his phone number is Mongo ID. I think is UUID is uppercase. Max min length is JSON, is hex color. I mean, they build a lot of things for you, but I think they did not, and I think for a good reason. They did not put like a decorator that checks if this value is unique in the database, since this is not always for just the database. Just for it's validates the class properties. Okay, but so behind the scene, Nest.js creates an instance by the data the user sends and then pass it to a validator, which the class validator, which validates the property. And I think we can create now a custom validator, which will update the title, which we need to make it unique. So let's just try to make it unique now. Maybe in the next video I will try. Hopefully I can make it. So we need to use the type rm functionality. I think we can have an asynchronous, since we will use promises, I think we can have an asynchronous sync. Yeah, I think we can. I just pass through the examples. We can have like asynchronous validations. I think we can await for them as well. So this should be nice. Let's see. Hopefully no errors. I don't need to delete the data then. Okay, so everything fine. No duplicated titles. Okay, I think that's it now. Thank you.